Welcome to the Vital Strategies Podcast. This is a special episode. We believe that we can save everyone that is listening at least $10,000 in income tax from this show alone. We are on a mission to help entrepreneurs, and our goal is to save $1 billion in income tax. We feel like the dollars are better served in your hands versus the government. On average, we've saved our consulting clients over $280,000 in income tax per year. Considering we can't take any more consulting clients for 2023, we thought we would give away some strategies that you can execute on that will save you money. The key thing is, these need to be done before December 31st to create the tax savings for 2023. Please go to 5minutetaxmakeover.com and download all the free resources available to you there. These strategies will apply whether you have a side hustle or you're an entrepreneur making over $1 million per year. We believe that the money you don't send to the IRS will be used to build more wealth. We believe there's two types of wealth. The first is financial wealth that can be measured on your balance sheet. The second is experience wealth that contributes to a great life. If you save $20,000 in this exercise and you use those dollars to build your business and also take a trip with your spouse that creates memories and strengthens your marriage, that is experience wealth. This is the foundation for what we do at Vital. We think paying less tax helps you build more wealth so you can live a great life. The great life is the goal, not more financial wealth. Financial wealth is only valuable in what it can do for you. The most valuable things in life come from this acronym we've developed called REACH. The R is for relationship. There's a book called The Good Life, and they found when you don't have close relationships, it reduces your life expectancy more than smoking. We all know that relationships are valuable. We think about how hard it is when we lose someone close to you. E is for experiences. Think of the amazing places you've been and the fun you've had. Also consider the hard times in life and how they've shaped you. All of this is valuable. A is for advancement. This is our growth. We see this in the value of growing in our marriage, as parents, in our faith, our career, and personal development. We also see the value of advancing wisdom in our children. If we had a choice of giving our children wisdom or money, we all know that wisdom is the right choice. They'll figure out how to create more wealth if they have wisdom. On the other hand, a fool with money will soon be a fool without money. C is for contribution. The scriptures tell us it's better to give than receive. We should leave this world a better place than we found it. And H is for our health, our spiritual, emotional, and physical health. You can't give me cancer for any amount of money. If I'm depressed and can't get out of bed, it doesn't matter how much money I have. Finally, being spiritually bankrupt is no way to live. These are the most valuable things in life, and I would rather see you live a great life and spend your money on experience wealth versus have a huge balance sheet but are missing out on the things we just talked about. Now, the world tells us to pursue things that are outside of our reach, a bigger, faster, shinier fill in the blank. The data tells us that those things don't actually contribute to our happiness. I was just talking to a client yesterday about selling his Ferrari because it's just a burden to him. So this is why you should spend your time executing on these strategies we're going to talk about today. To save the money that you would be sending to the IRS, you can use it better for things that will make your life great. We're going to give you the tools in this episode to save $10,000 in income tax or more. You will also want to go to 5minutetaxmakeover.com and download the free resources that will give you step-by-step instructions on how to execute on these strategies. That means we're going to push the episode we had scheduled back with Bruce Gendine, where we dig into how to save hundreds of thousands of dollars or more using a cash balance plan, to next week. The great thing about a cash balance plan is it can be implemented in 2024 and the deduction can be applied in 23. We thought this information was time sensitive, so we wanted to get it in your hands. The first deduction we're going to talk about is a basic one. It's the home office deduction. Now, the government gives us a standard deduction that totals to about $1,500. We found almost in every single case we've applied this with our clients, when you take the total amount of expenses for their home, divide the home office by the square footage of the house, you end up with a deduction that's 2 or 3 times more than the standard deduction. We've got a spreadsheet that will help you complete all of this at 5minutetaxmakeover.com. You download that sheet, you fill it in, it will give you the instructions on how much money you should transfer from the business to reimburse yourself for the home office expense. Now, we like to see this on the profit and loss statement, and we typically just book it as office expense. The next strategy we're going to look at is the Augusta rule, Section 280 AG. And the IRS says you can rent your house out for 14 days and not have to claim it as income. The reason this strategy works so well is you can rent your house out to your business for business meetings with employees, clients, prospects, mastermind groups, advisors. Those are all legitimate reasons to use your home. Now, you could go rent a house down the street or across the country. It doesn't matter. So we feel like you should get fair market value when you use your home for these expenses. Now, the best way we found to do that is to go on Airbnb.com or Peerspace.com and figure out what comparable properties are leasing for. We typically get 3 comparables. We download those, we fill out the lease from the business to yourself personally, and then you transfer those dollars from the business to yourself personally. Now, it's an expense on the business side, but it's not income to yourself personally. It's a fantastic planning strategy. Again, you can download our how-to guide that will walk you through this completely at 5minutetaxmakeover.com. It'll have all the steps you need there to do this well. If you really want to cement in the deduction in the eyes of the IRS, you can go get an appraisal. Now, I know it's coming up towards year end. I don't think you have time to get the appraisal done, but if you really want to do that, we think that's a decent strategy. The next strategy we're going to look at is putting your family on payroll. If you have family members that work in your business, but you don't compensate them, you can pay them up to $13,850 and they will pay 0 tax on those wages at the federal income tax level. The reason being is the government gives us a standard deduction of $13,850 that we don't have to pay any income tax on. We get to earn those dollars for free. Most often, we see this applied to your children that work in the business or retired parents that maybe you're helping support. If you have 4 children, this allows you a deduction over $55,000, which moves it from your top tax bracket to the 0% tax bracket. Now, your kids can use that money for private school tuition, clothes for school, gas for their vehicles, even funding Roth IRAs. If you paid 4 family members $13,850 apiece, and you were at the 24% tax bracket, you would save over $13,000 in income tax. We want to make sure that you're applying this strategy legitimately. So go to 5minutetaxmakeover.com and download the guide to putting your family on payroll. You'll see everything from step-by-step instructions to a job description that you can fill out for each one of your family members. Here are your steps to save up to $10,000 in income tax or more before year end. 1, visit 5minutetaxmakeover.com. 2, download and take action on each of the items we discussed that apply to your situation. Again, this all needs to be done before December 31st of this year. 3, save thousands of dollars of income tax so you can live a great life. I look forward to having you back next week when we talk with Bruce Gendine about the power of the cash balance plan and how entrepreneurs can save hundreds of thousands of dollars in income tax using this tool.